Good evening and welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Mary Lee Oliver.
And I'm Brendan McLaughlin. Tonight, we have a recap of Auburn's home win against LSU, their plans for the off week, and details on soccer's win against LSU. Auburn came out on top in the Battle of the Tigers this weekend, defeating LSU 48-11. Auburn dominated this game on both sides of the ball, and once Auburn scored their first touchdown, there was no looking back for Bo Nix and his offense. Despite being 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, Auburn scored 21 points in the second quarter. 2 of the touchdowns came from passes from Bo Nix, 1 to Eli Stove and 1 to Xavier Capers. The touchdown in between those was a defensive score, as LSU quarterback TJ Finley fumbled and Auburn DB Christian Tutt picked it up and ran it back 20 yards for an Auburn touchdown. LSU tried to get 6 points on their last drive the first half, but came up short and settled for a field goal.
Auburn's offense did not stop there, as Bo Nix led the Tigers on a 7-play, 75-yard drive, ending with a 5-yard run from Nix himself to start the second half. Touchdowns number 5 and 6 come from Tank Bigsby, as he scores his 4th and 5th rushing touchdowns of this season. Bigsby has the most touchdowns for Auburn on the season. The last touchdown of the game comes from Bo Nix, who connects with Anthony Schwartz for a 91-yard touchdown pass. This pass breaks Nick's career long of 78 yards. LSU then scores a touchdown late in the fourth quarter, and they successfully go for 2. Auburn's dominant win over LSU showcased their skills and determination on both sides of the ball. Auburn's 48 points is the most points scored in series history, beating LSU's 45 points scored in 2011 and 2015. And the Tigers' defense forced 3 turnovers, which turned into 21 points for Auburn.
Many players had huge performances for the Tigers. Bo Nix finished the game with a season-high 300 passing yards and 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Nix led the team in rushing yards with 81, but freshman running back Tank Bigsby was able to contribute 71 yards of his own and score 2 touchdowns for the Tigers. Coach Gus Malzahn spoke on Bo Nix's performance, saying, "He's a real quarterback. Just wanted to make sure everybody understood that." Anthony Schwartz led the pack for receivers, with 4 catches for 123 yards and a 91-yard touchdown pass, and Seth Williams had 4 catches for 71 yards. In addition, freshman wideout Xavier Capers scored his first career touchdown from a 9-yard throw from Nix in the red zone. While Auburn's offense got it done on one side of the ball, the defense matched that momentum on the other side of the ball. Auburn's defense forced 3 turnovers, all of which led to a touchdown. Nehemiah Pritchett got his first career interception that he returned 48 yards to give Auburn great field position that led to a score. Big Cat Bryant also hauled in a deflected pass for the defense. Along with the picks, Christian Tutt was able to recover a fumble and returned it for his first career touchdown.
Auburn's performance on Saturday earned 2 Tigers awards this week. Auburn sophomore Derek Hall was named the Southeastern Conference Defensive Lineman of the Week. Hall recorded his first 2 career sacks Saturday, and him and his defensive teammates kept LSU to just 32 rushing yards and held the Tigers to 31 points below their average. Hall joins Auburn teammates Jalen Simpson, Freshman of the Week, Tank Bigsby, Freshman of the Week, and Seth Williams, Offensive Player of the Week, in earning SEC Weekly Awards in 2020. The College Sports Information Directors of America, in association with the Associated Press and the Fiesta Bowl organization, released its initial watch list of college football student athletes under consideration for the 2020 Mayo Clinic Comeback Player of the Year Award. The Mayo Clinic Comeback Player of the Year Award watch list includes 53 players from 44 schools. Since 2018, a panel of writers, editors, and sports information directors from COSITA, AP, and Touchdown Illustrated have recognized 30 college football student athletes each season from all divisions of college football for overcoming injuries or illnesses by sharing their remarkable comeback stories throughout the season. Auburn's Eli Stove was one of 53 players named and one of 9 from the SEC. Stove endured an ACL injury spring 2018 and redshirted the 2018 season. The veteran receiver returned in the 2019 season, and despite still being banged up from his ACL injury, made 37 catches for 321 yards and 3 touchdowns. Stove, who is finally 100% healthy, has 201 receiving yards in the 2020 season so far, as well as 3 touchdowns. The Tigers' big win has put them back in the AP poll, as Auburn is now ranked number 24.
Auburn head coach Gus Malzahn spoke after Auburn's big win against LSU, saying he was real proud of his team and their performance. He talked about how they played true Auburn football, which is something he has been stressing to the team all week. Malzahn mentioned how proud he was of the offensive line since the Tigers lost a key player in Brandon Council, who suffered a knee injury last week, but the Tigers' O-line stepped up big and protected Bo Nix from an LSU defensive line who led the conference in sacks. Malzahn said, "I'm real proud of our team. I'm real proud of our coaches. We've seen this team grow and face adversity. Here at Auburn, sometimes we face more adversity than at other places. We did that. We overcame it." He also mentions how the turnovers really helped Auburn gain momentum and shut down LSU. He said, "We played 60 minutes. We have been talking about that every day, and we did that today. It's going to give us momentum going into the last 4 games."
Auburn quarterback Bo Nix also spoke after the game, saying how important the O-line's performance was and how it helped him perform well. He also said that the team has a lot of confidence moving forward.
Huge. I mean, they're the defending national champions, and you don't get bad in 1 year, that's for sure. And so they were a really good team, and we just played really good and had some great players, and we just attacked them in different ways. And it was just fun. We had a blast out there, and I had a great time being out there with my teammates and enjoying the win. Yes and no. I think the confidence level was really big just to play like that, and after last week and continue to play good and get better and better as a whole on offense. Our confidence is extremely high right now, but at the same time we got guys that, 6 straight SEC games are brutal, and for people who have never gone through that, it says a lot, and it's time for us to regroup. I think it'll really help us to recharge our batteries, and I think it'll be good for us. We've been saying all along it's just going to take some experience, and now they got 6 games under their belt, and they're really starting to show it. Coming in, we knew their talent. We knew they were very talented. We just knew we had to get them some reps and get them game-like situation and know that, hey, on this look, you got to do this. It's a little bit different in a real-life situation. We're starting to see many looks. About all of them you can see. We're communicating really well. And those guys, they've had the talent the whole entire time, and now the experience is just kicking in. And we're really seeing that, especially the last 2 weeks when we've run for 200-plus both games. That's huge when you can run the ball, especially for 200 yards. Coach Malzahn told us if we run the ball for 200 yards or more, we'll win the game. And sure enough, we did. And it's just great for their confidence. It's great. I'm excited. I'm happy for each and every one of them. They deserve all this, and they're battlers and they're hard workers. And they started off, like you said, just getting beat down and just, this, that, and the other. But they've responded great.
Offensive stars also spoke after the game. Anthony Schwartz spoke, saying it was huge that the whole team came together to secure the win. Schwartz describes Bo Nix as a calm quarterback who was just trying to make plays. Offensive lineman Alec Jackson also spoke, saying it was important for the O-line to protect Bo Nix so he could perform at the best level possible.
It was just huge. The whole team coming together, just being happy because they've had a number the past 3 years. It came down to the last possession, so we were just happy to be able to beat them, and especially in that manner too, because we kind of felt like we needed to gain that respect back. I just saw a poised and calm quarterback who was just trying to make the best plays for the team, and even putting his body on the line for Auburn. And it's just great to see him play like that, and I think he has a lot more still to grow and more to just show out.
No quarterback stats, because we always preach trying to keep Bo clean. So I think we grew a lot since the Georgia game. We're getting better and better every single week. Got a bye week coming up, so we get some guys rest up and get ready for Tennessee. Yeah, like you said, you supposed to beat them like a lot, but this time we talk about finishing the job, because playing the SEC, anything can happen. So we just preach, just keep on having my foot on their neck, and just keep on going, keep on playing, and finishing.
Christian Tutt, who came up big with a fumble recovery and ran for a touchdown, said the touchdown was a huge momentum shift for the Tigers. Tutt said the defense got in the head of TJ Finley and knew they needed to stop the run game.
I think it was a big play, because we got a lot of momentum. We went up 2 touchdowns, but that play I was just, trying to, stay on my man. I actually looked at that ball for like 2 seconds and I ain't see no old lineman move at all. So I was like, it's just my time. I'm gonna go get that. So I did it, stayed up, kept my balance, and, made a great play for us to win. Definitely. Coach still hard on us all week that, Jordan Harris is our backyard, and we not finna let a true freshman quarterback come here and pick us apart. So, first we're gonna stop the run. We're gonna get him rowdy so he can throw us a couple. We knew he wasn't really gonna take a lot of shots. They were gonna try to get him a lot of high percentage throws, so a lot of direct throws, quick, easy throws. So, we knew that wasn't gonna take a lot of shots. So, we came in this game, ready to stop the run and ready to rattle him. I'm definitely, up, down, sideways. I'm riding with both. You know what I'm saying? So anytime throw a pick six, I don't care what it is. I'm going to him, picking him up. You know what I'm saying? Getting his confidence back up, because if people haven't realized that when Bo is on point, nobody can stop that man. You know what I'm saying? So all we gotta do is get his confidence level back up. You know what I'm saying? So if he have a bad play on the field, you see the whole defense come up. You know what I'm saying? We rallying into him. We good, Bo. Let's go, Bo. You know what I'm saying? So, once we get Bo, you know what I'm saying, going, it's over with.
The Tigers have a bye this week, which they will use to recover and prepare for their next matchup. The Tigers return back to action Saturday, November 14th against the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Kickoff for that game will be at 3 p.m. The Bulldogs are 1-4 in the season, with losses to Arkansas, Texas A&M, Kentucky, and Alabama. Coverage for that game can be found on SEC Network. When we come back, we'll take a look at what else is going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Keep it right here. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Number 15, Auburn Soccer suffered its first loss of the 2020 season, falling 2-1 at number 6 Arkansas Friday night at Razorback Field. The Tigers fell behind 2-0 less than 20 minutes into the contest, but held the Razorback attack in check for the final 70 minutes to stay in the game. Alyssa Melanson scored to cut the gap to 1 with a goal in the 76th minute, but Auburn failed to score again before the final whistle. Head coach Karen Hoppe said, "Tonight was a great high-level SEC soccer game. Obviously, Arkansas is the standard right now, being the defending champions, and I was really proud of our girls' effort. We made a couple mistakes to give up goals early, but we continue to battle and grow into the game. This is a game we're going to learn from, we're going to get better, and we're excited to go out and play on Monday." Freshman goalkeeper Maddie Prohaska made a season-high 9 saves against the Arkansas attack and kept Auburn within striking distance.
The Tigers' loss at Arkansas did not put them down too much, as they came out strong Monday as they took down LSU in Baton Rouge. Redshirt junior forward Corey Loxley scored the golden goal in the 93rd minute to lift number 15 Auburn to a 1-0 road win at LSU Monday afternoon. Alyssa Melanson won a ball in the midfield and beat her defender before making a strong run up the left side of the field and crossing it into the 6-yard box to find Loxley in front of the net. The goal was Loxley's first of the season and marked her second game-winning goal of her career, with her other coming in a 1-0 win versus Tennessee a season ago. Head coach Karen Hoppe said, "I thought we had a really good performance at Arkansas. Didn't get the result we wanted, but to see our team rebound today, play some really good soccer, and keep the shutout for over 90 minutes before scoring the goal in overtime, I'm really proud of our team." Auburn's win marked the Tigers' 11th straight result in the series versus LSU, and the Tigers haven't allowed a goal in the matchup since 2016. The win was also Auburn's 300th in program history and guarantees the Tigers a first-round bye in the SEC tournament later this month. "This was huge," Loxley added. "A goal of ours is to get that bye on Friday the 13th, and we accomplished that. We're just really happy to get a win."
Number 15, Auburn Soccer returns to action this Friday night as they host rival Alabama for the Iron Bowl of Soccer. The game will be at 6 p.m. Central Time. Alabama is 1-4-2 this season, with a win against Tennessee, losses against Florida, Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M, and ties against LSU and Mississippi State. Auburn leads the series between the teams 18-8. Coverage for the matchup can be found on SEC Network Plus. Auburn volleyball faced an on-the-road defeat Wednesday and Thursday afternoon at the Carolina Volleyball Center against the Gamecocks. Jackie Barrett made an impressive collegiate debut with 19 total assists and 3 aces at the service line. Junior Tatum Shipes was Auburn's game leader with 11 kills. The team set record for blocking with a total 17 team blocks. The 2 losses moves the Tigers to 0-4 on the season. Auburn will remain on the road this weekend as the Tigers volleyball team is set to face Kentucky on November 7th at 3 p.m. Central Time. The game will be broadcast on SEC Network Plus.
The #1 Auburn equestrian team capped off the fall portion of the season with a big win over #7 Texas A&M, topping the Aggies 15-5 at Auburn University Equestrian Center on Friday. Overall, this team is riding lights out, head coach Greg Williams said. Even when someone has a bad ride, the rest of the team steps up and makes up for it, and that's what happened today. The one thing we want to make sure we do is to be consistent from top to bottom, and we've been doing that. The Tigers improved to 3-0 overall and in the Southeastern Conference with the win. The victory also extended the team's winning streak to 37 matches, dating back to April 19, 2018. Practices have been good, and we've been riding really well, Williams added. To finish out the fall winning all 4 events today and to continue this streak is a big deal and a great way to go into the break for us. Auburn did just that. They won all 4 events, including a 5-0 sweep in fences. Reining went 4-1 versus the Aggies, while Flat and Horsemanship put together 3-2 efforts at home.
Because of their strong performance in the fall season, 4 members of the #1 Auburn equestrian team were honored by the National Collegiate Equestrian Association for their performances in the month of October. The Auburn Tigers swept the monthly awards as senior Taylor St. Jacques was awarded Flat Rider of the Month, while junior Michaela Langmeyer earned the honors in fences. Sophomore Olivia Tordoff and Boo Kamurer picked up awards on the western side in horsemanship and reining, respectively. St. Jacques put together a 3-0-0 mark in flat for the Tigers, picking up big wins versus conference opponents. She averaged an 87.3 over 3 meets with a 12-point margin of victory and helped the flat team win every meet. Langmeyer went 3-0-0 in fences, averaging an 86.7 over 3 meets. Highlighting her performances was the 87-72 win versus the Aggies to close out October. The 15-point win helped the Tigers sweep Texas A&M in the event. Tordoff kicked off the month with a career-high 80 at South Carolina, besting her opponent by a point in the win. She followed with a 78.5 at Georgia with a 3-point margin of victory over her Bulldog opponent. Tordoff closed out October with a 76-74.5 win versus the Aggies. Kamurer picked up the first monthly honor of her career as she went 2-0-1 in reining. She followed with a 70.5-68 win on the road at Georgia, sealing the team victory with the 10th point of the meet. Kamurer capped the month with a 69-68.5 edge over her Aggie opponent. The Tigers return to competition in the spring, and the schedule will be announced at a later date.
Auburn baseball's fall practice is in full swing. Assistant coaches Tim Hudson and Gabe Gross spoke Friday to discuss the season and how practice is going. Tim Hudson, a pitching coach, said, "The challenge has been getting everybody at the same point. Some guys were coming in and had a little better shape than others that had thrown during the summer. They've had the opportunity to pitch during summer ball, summer leagues that had kicked up around here. Hudson works with the pitchers and is focused on getting them back to their previous game-ready work ethic. While fall practice has just begun, some stars have started to catch Hudson's attention. He said, "The one guy who really has been a bright spot so far is Richard Fitz. He came in, he was a guy who pitched this summer, and he's a guy who works as hard as anybody on the team. He took this time during COVID to really work on his game, to really try to come into this fall ready to go. He's looking strong. His velocity is up probably 3 or 4 miles an hour from what we're used to seeing. He's put on a little bit of weight. I think his changeup is his pitch he's really worked on during the summer, and you can tell." Joseph Gonzalez, the young man from Puerto Rico that we signed, he definitely looks the part. He looked really good in a uniform, and his fastball really comes out of his hand. For a young guy, he locates his fastball really well and has a changeup and a breaking ball that he works in there. Hudson mentioned he is happy with the pitching depth they have this season. They have many veteran guys, but they also have new guys they are beginning to trust. Hudson says this is a good problem to have.
Gabe Gross, who works with the hitters, discussed the struggles the team experienced with COVID-19, saying, "It was a long time before we really had everybody together. The decision to push fall back and really give us ample time was based on the pitching needs and making sure everybody's arms were in shape. But it definitely helped offensively to be able to just try to get everybody on the same page. In saying that, the guys were kind of healthy the whole time. They were sick and tired of hitting batting practice. They were ready to play." While the team has a very experienced batting lineup, the Tigers have welcomed in strong hitters over the summer, as well as returners who did not hit a lot last season. Gross said, "Tyler Miller's been really consistent. A guy that played a little bit last year, he has been really consistent. Hit a big home run a couple of days ago, I think was a grand slam. It seems like he's had something hard hit every single day he has been out there. He's swung a good bat. I mentioned Josh Hall. The guy's probably as fast as anybody in our league, really using his identity to hit the ball hard on a line or even on the ground. You don't hear that very much, where guys are trying to hit the ball on the ground, but he's using his speed." The Tigers will continue fall practice until November 23rd, which is when Auburn's campus will go remote for finals. Auburn will pick up practice in the spring on January 6th and will have until February 14th to get ready for the season. When we come back, we will see how former Auburn players have been performing in the NFL. Keep it right here. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Darius Slayton of the New York Giants faced two of the NFL's better cornerbacks and two former teammates in Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean. But Slayton still managed to catch 5 passes for 56 yards in Monday night's 25-23 loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. His biggest catch of the night came in the fourth quarter when Slayton made a 4th down grab to extend the drive and keep the Giants in the game. He leads the team in receptions with 32, receiving yards with 485, and receiving touchdowns with 3. In Sunday's win over the Tennessee Titans, Carl Lawson played 89% of the defensive snaps, which is the second highest defensive snap percentage he's had in his 4-year NFL career. Though he only had 2 tackles, Lawson wreaked havoc in the backfield on multiple occasions and put pressure on the quarterback.
Kerryon Johnson returned to the end zone Sunday with a 9-yard touchdown reception in Sunday's loss to the Indianapolis Colts. He finished with 2 catches for 15 yards on the day. It was the first touchdown since Week 2 for Johnson, who now has 10 career touchdowns, including 3 receiving scores, in his first 3 years in the NFL. Despite a windy game on Sunday, Raiders kicker Daniel Carlson made 3 of his 4 field goal attempts to help the Raiders beat the Cleveland Browns. Carlson missed his first attempt and then stepped back and assessed the wind, which helped him make his next 3 field goals. Carlson now has made 16 of his 18 attempts this season and is ranked 7th in the NFL with 67 points. That's all for Sports Night in Auburn. But for more Auburn sports, head to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, where we'll have everything you need to know to stay up to date on Auburn sports. I'm Mary Lee Oliver.
And I'm Brendan McLaughlin. For even more sports, follow our Twitter at EETV_sports and follow our Instagram at EagleEyeTV. Good night and War Eagle.